This channel is proudly sponsored by Evil Genius Games, publisher of Everyday Heroes, a modern adventures tabletop RPG, compatible with many settings and adventures featuring movies such as Pacific Rim, Kong, Highlander, just to name a few. Make sure that you use my code for a 10% discount when you make purchases in their website. You will find the link in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by the Red Room Publishing. Please check out their store for exclusive tabletop RPG products. They have recently released Gothic, a classic horror tabletop RPG where science and superstition collide. You will find the link in the description and in the pinned comment, and make sure that you check out their ongoing contest as well. Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring Dames of Asstoria. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this tabletop RPG where you play as monster girls experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about the wound chart, diseases and curses. When terrible wounds are inflicted, you consult the chart. It is randomly determined. Maybe you end up with a fractured skull. You get minus 3d10 to mind. You gain 1 rank of concussion. If you have antennae, roll a d2. On an even roll, you lose an antenna, having your perception until it is healed. Losing both antennae renders your perception to 0. Maybe you end up with internal bleeding. You take 1d4 of bleed damage per round. Outside of combat, all healing is halved. Maybe you end up with a broken spine. If it's a rank 1 wound, your movement is reduced to 0. If it's rank 2, you cannot move any limbs. Maybe you end up with a dislocated wrist. You cannot wield one-handed weapons with that arm. You get minus 2d10 to resist being disarmed. And these are just a few of the wounds that you can suffer. When it comes to diseases, they are plentiful in the world of Asstoria. When a creature has come in contact with a disease's method of contagion, that creature must first roll a luck check. If they pass, then they have avoided contact with the disease. If they fail, then they must make a successful body check to fight off the disease before it takes root. Failing both the luck and the body checks will mean that the creature has contracted the illness. You have diseases such as rock blisters. This is commonly contracted from injuries caused by rusty implements. Those who contract rock blisters suffer painful contractions of the muscles of the jaw, neck, and torso, which get worse and worse by the day, limiting their mobility and reducing their strength. There is also lung rot. Lung rot attacks the victim's respiratory organs, causing their lungs to steadily fill with mucus and their gills to become inflamed, making it difficult to breathe and eventually drowning the infected. Then there is also dragon flu. Cold flashes, hot flashes, and lightning flashes can come over the infected, but dragon flu is not usually deadly. The true danger of this disease is that it causes the afflicted to sneeze, and sneezing brings out gouts of elemental breath, much like a dragon. And these are just a few of the diseases. Then we have curses. They are magical ailments bestowed upon a target. The typical way one becomes cursed is by having a curse placed upon them through an ability or spell. You have curses such as Hag's warts. To call this a curse is no exaggeration. The skin grows warts and tags and grows baggy upon the frame. You also have explosive bones. Once every 1d12 days, the bones of the afflicted's body will suddenly rupture and they will receive a random bone-related wound. Then we have man body. Some say this is a blessing, but for the demifauna it is considered a tortuous curse. Those cursed with man body will lose one of her racial traits at random, every 3 days as she slowly turns into a human. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about traits. These wounds, curses, and diseases are quite worrisome. Some of them may end up taking away your abilities and powers, and some others may lead you to a slow and painful death. Apart from that, all of those wounds, diseases, and curses are highly detailed, so they add a lot to the description, to the narration of the game. Thank you for watching this part of the review. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member and enjoying exclusive tabletop RPG tips. You can also use the super thanks button and check out the pinned comment below. This has been Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. I am currently unavailable for professional sessions, but I will put my contact information in the description and in the pinned comment for when I am available again. And remember, in tabletop RPGs, you are not telling stories about your characters, you are experiencing the game world as your characters. Once again, thank you and see you later.